Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. First carry for Spencer Ware. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. To throw, Brissett under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Brissett sets to throw it. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that, to punt on 4th down. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll field this at the 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Under 10, under 10, 10, 21, 58.
From the gun, it's Ryan. This into the hands of Marvin Hall, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And the Falcon first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Push on travel. Back. Hey, gun.
Here's Ryan to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hall. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down, Atlanta.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
And he'll find Hall. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33.
First down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Marvin Hall, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Bryant's extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the bootleg, it's Brissett. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
That was third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Check it out, check it out. Shoot. 51. Switch.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Will.
Here's Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Ready. Back 25. Hey, wait. Up the block. Ready,
Again, Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Get wide. 54, Seth.
Throwing again. Ryan. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, but constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They have the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Ebron caught left side. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run it. It's Mack. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
3rd and short yardage for Sam. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by KHAOS. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check. Ready to go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
You go.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 2nd down. It's Freeman, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, high 7.
Ryan. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ready, 25. And come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Ready.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. He's got a first out or more inside the 30. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
In on the tackle, Devondre Campbell, Falcons' leading tackler in 2018.
That's a game of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
To throw is Brissett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but here, let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Ryan now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Mike, 53.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They run, Devontae Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Here's Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3 and not giving up 6.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons push further out in front. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Next to score, Falcons 27, Colts nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Ooh, with a juke. Shrugs him off. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Ready, like 25. 37. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, watch this. 51, jump. Gun. Let him go.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
At the 42-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. 25, check 25, check 25, 25.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Got it. 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Get that quarterback and all talk. Slam. Protein spill. Rush in. Rush in. Get it.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Darius Leonard, last year's leading tackler as a rookie in the NFL, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Bravo. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
On on the double.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey, Alpha. Right. Go.
Operating from the gun, Knight. And finding the tight end, Hooper. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Off play action. Knight. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 24-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Got it. Back 25.
Check 59. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
All right, 25.
On 1st down, Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, there's the option. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Go, Jackrabbit, come on. Fight.
To throw again, Knight, and he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They toss to Freeman. Shreds the tackle. And good power running, but he's still going to be about a yard short. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shoutings.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Check.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Freeman again. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
20.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go again.
On play action, Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll find the open man on the right side. It's Kane. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's get it.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Give me that ball, defense. Ready to go.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
22. Time
to go. Night.
Out.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A 20th carry now for Freeman. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the
blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant.
Play action now. Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? 1st down, and they're in punt formation. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tyler Davison able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Play fake, Brissett. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Here's Brissett. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And they'll indeed take a knee. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. This will be taken short. And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Back near his goal line, Brissett. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 18. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a...
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They go play action with Brissett. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Brissett. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Tack McKinley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's Brissett. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Brissett now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is first and nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was trying to find Mo Alley Cox, his tight end, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
My